Hello friends, it's Lex at LexReads, and today we're going to be talking about my 2020 reading goals. First of all, I want to apologize for being a little bit MIA, or a lot of it MIA for the last 9 months. This year, 2019, last year, 2019, was a little bit crazy, especially the last 6 months. I was having a time. That time was bad. But you know, we're moving through, we're trucking along, we're working on it. So, let's talk about books now. I'd rather talk about books. Let's talk about books. Okay, so my Goodreads challenge goal is 35 books. That was my goal last year. I did not hit it. I got 20-ish. Which is not very good, but like I said, the last 6-ish months, I read 2 books. So, what are you gonna do? Life happens, we roll with the punches, and we keep on trucking. So yeah, I really would love to hit 35 books this year. I'm not off to an amazing start, but if I remember the math correctly, it's 3-point-something books a month. So if I read 3 or 4 books every month, or I read 6 or 7 books in the months that I'm less insanely busy, then that's a really doable goal. I just have to be better at committing to real books. My manageable goal, so my my safety goal, when you're applying to college and you have your reach schools and your safety schools, my safety goal is 20 books, and my reach goal is 35 books. I picked 20 because it's 2020, so why not? The real reason it's very difficult for me to hit that many books in a year isn't because I don't read that much. I actually read every day without fail. That being said, approximately 70% of my reading is fanfiction and screenplays. I don't think I've mentioned on this channel before, but I actually write scripts as well as books and stories and fanfiction. So I do lots of writing. Writing is one of my favorite things in the whole world. I want to start doing more writing videos and writing vlogs and stuff like that. Talking to you guys through my process and things like that. But fanfiction is really genuinely one of my favorite things in the entire universe. But you can't really track that on Goodreads. So I read well over 1 million words of fanfiction this year. I bet if I went through and did the math, I probably read about between 50 and 60 books worth of fanfiction. Now, some of that fanfiction is 2,000 words. Some of that fanfiction is 118,000 words, which is very much a novel length thing. But I read fanfiction so much that I do weekly fanfiction wrap-ups on my fandom Tumblr because I want to share with the world all of the amazing fanfiction that I'm reading. And then I also read a lot of screenplays because, like I said, that's kind of one of my things. I want to go to grad school to get my MFA in screenwriting. And just if you want to be an author, the best way to learn about writing is reading. So I read a lot of screenplays. And those are also a little bit hard to track. So, along with my official reading goal, I want to try and keep track of my word count reading of fanfiction, how many fanfictions I read and how many words it's worth, because I think it'll be really cool in my wrap-ups if I can be sure, I only read 2 books this month, but I also read 9 books worth of fanfiction, just so I think I don't know if you guys care, but I think it'll make me feel better to know that I read every day, and I'm not just reading 15 books a year, I'm reading 60 books a year. It's just that most of those books aren't published. So yeah, I want to keep track of that. I also want to do wrap-ups where I tell you about the screenplays that I've read. Because I figure this is booktube, and fanfiction and screenplays aren't ooh, it's I'm wearing lip gloss and that just stuck in my lip gloss really well. Anyway, because this is booktube, but I want to share with you guys like my most authentic self and my most authentic journey, and for me that includes non-traditional reading as well. So I also really want to broaden my horizons this year. I'm very, very stuck in YA, which isn't a bad thing. I adore YA, which is why I read it all the time. Like, that's my, like, go-to. I'm just gonna pick up this YA book. But I want to be a more diverse reader. That's one of my goals for the year. So, in looking at 20 books being my manageable goal, I would like for 5 books this year to be either adult, self-help, or nonfiction. To broaden my horizons. I already read a lot of YA and I already read a lot of poetry. So, I think that if I can add in a couple nonfiction, self-help, adult books, then I'll be a more diverse reader. And I think it'll be good for me. So that, looking at 20 books, that's 25% of my books being different than what I normally read. And I'm doing good this month. If you saw my currently reading / January TBR video, you'll know that right now 2 of the 3 books that I'm reading are nonfiction / self-help. I also want to read at least 10 screenplays this year. That's a pretty small number. I really, really like screenplays and I read them quite a bit. So that's less than 1 a month, which is a very, very manageable goal. They're also quick reads. Screenplays, I just like zip through because 80% of the space on the page is like spacing. You know, the dialogue is like, if a page is yay big, dialogue is like indented to there. So like, it's quick and it's easy. And it gets me thinking about structure and characters and arcs and all those things that are important considering I want to be a screenwriter. So yeah, those are my goals. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm working on for 2020. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to try my best to be a little bit better this year. I graduate in 2020, so hopefully it gets a little better. No 100% promises, but I hope to be back on my standard new video every Tuesday schedule starting now. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all. I love you all. I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous day and a fabulous, fabulous year as readers and as people, and I shall see you very, very soon. Bye.